Hi everyone, it's BDevine here, and I hope all of you are happy and well wherever you are. And welcome to the guidance readings for December, and this also includes the different elements and a little message for each one of you. So fire, air, water and earth elements, and if you are in the fire star sign, you are Leo, Aries and Sagittarius. If you are the air element, you are Libra, Gemini and Aquarius. If you are water, you are Scorpio, Pisces and Cancer. And the earth, of course, is Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. So if you fall into that little category, then that little message that comes there is for you. This is also, obviously it's just a guide, you know. These are things that I ask for help with intuitively. I go to my higher self and also ask the angels and the energy around to help me come up with this guidance. And it's amazing how quickly it flows out, and I have to write it all down, and then I write it up on my website as well. So hopefully by the time you are reading this, listening to this, you are also perhaps reading it on my website, so you can keep a gauge of what's been happening throughout the year. Being the end of the year, and there are so many negative views on December, you aren't going to hear anything like that from me. There's no doomsday predictions or anything like that. You are just going to hear, positivity, as this is what ends up changing things anyway. Anyone's positive thoughts can change a negative one in an instant. So although there are, like I said, there are a lot of people that are afraid in December, I have not been given any indication of anything to be afraid of other than fear itself. You know, being afraid itself is something you should be worried about, because that puts out a negative vibe out into the world. So I just wanted to explain that the guidance that comes, as I said, comes from my higher self, from Source, from the angels. It's just a collective of information, and I write how I feel at the time. You know, I'm just writing what I'm intuitively feeling about each element again. And also there is a message from the Archangel of December, which is Archangel Haniel. Also Cassiel is another name. So there's been many different names for angels. Really, we are the only people, you know, we are the ones that give the angels the names. They don't even ask for names, but since we categorize them, this is what comes up in the information. Okay, so what I'll first do is just go through the keywords for December. So these are things that we just need to remember that might be going on. And the first thing was not to miss opportunities. Things are changing fast, so you must go with your first thoughts. Your intuition is going to be heightened, especially when you are working with Archangel Haniel. Start to take help when it's offered, instead of just saying, no, I can do it, and then it becomes all overwhelming. So if people are offering to help, take it. That is your way out. That is your answered prayer. Don't just think that you are invincible and have to do everything yourself. Don't feel responsible for everything. Start to pass it around to those that are willing to help you. Remember your divinity. So you are a divine being here, a portal of light on the earth. And this has been awakening throughout the year for everybody in different ways, and you are finding that perhaps what you started out thinking at the beginning of the year is completely different to what you are doing now. So just remember that you are a divine being and you are able to achieve anything that you want. You just need to believe in it and have a vision of success for yourself, and things start to happen for you. Releasing the old and in with the new. We have been doing this, we've been going through these cycles all year. We've been letting go, and then we think we've let go, and then we suddenly are, attached to it. Not because of what we're thinking, so often, but sometimes circumstances lead us back into that old way or that old feeling or that old emotion. For example, the last time I went to the United States, I was 13. So I remembered when I was getting on the plane, this time I had all these memories of how I was feeling when I was 13, and it started to really affect me on the journey. And I just felt like I was trying to let go of it, but here I was in this situation. So I had to process things again. And so you may have been finding that you've been doing the same thing, processing your feelings, asking yourself, if you feel the same as you used to, like years and years ago, and what has changed. This is all a part of you growing and learning spiritually. So those were the main things. And Haniel is, as I said, the Archangel for December and also for Capricorn. And the energy of Haniel is love, reconciliation, marriage, protection, intuition, peace, assistance, and careful consideration of things in your life. So there is this peace. Mostly what I feel with Haniel is this peaceful flow. And when you have peace in your life, then comes in, intuition. And then the love life starts to get better. And, for some people they get married, and some people's marriages improve, and things start to flow in a better way than it has before. So now I'll just go through what came up with the different elements. And the first one being fire. It's in no particular order or preference, it's just how it was written down. And that's Leo, Aries and Sagittarius. Now your colour for the month is blue and green. So your heart and your throat chakra, I feel that's what it is. And also your lucky number is number 6. Use it as how you like. Okay, it's time to settle the emotions. A lot of hurt and emotion has been troubling your soul. You may not be able to pinpoint exactly what it is or why. Okay, this goes back to what I was talking about. Relief and smooth sailing is coming. You may also have short trips, particularly over water. Important that you speak from the heart and try to deal with your own troubles, and you don't always have to be the strong one. Release comes through your body, don't fight it. So sometimes you might be feeling different pains and groans and all sorts of things going on in your body. This is something that is a broken down energy waiting for you to release this, let go of this. A lot of times when we have back problems, we are just carrying burdens on our back. So no wonder we have back pain, So we have to learn how to go, no, I am not going to do this anymore. I am just going to focus on me. I'm going to shed all of that away from me. So look at different areas in your life and different body parts that you may be going through pain in, and let it come out. Don't suppress pain. Let pain release once and for all, and then you can move forward from this. So that was the message that came through for Archangel Michael and the fire elements. So Archangel Michael is your overseeing angel, and he says you are stronger than you think. That's a little message to you. So don't fight it. Just you are strong. There's no shame in asking for help when you need it. And the air element, Archangel Raphael, and that is Libra, Gemini and Aquarius, and your color is purple, and so that is your third eye and your crown area, and your lucky number is 3, and you are being asked to dream big from Archangel Raphael. Okay, so you may be stuck in fear or created a fearful situation for yourself, and you're finding this hard to release also. Remember, as your mind controls this, it can also free you. Keep yourself in good spirits even when it's harder as it seems, as this turns everything around. You'll be surprised how things were move forward suddenly. Time for business ideas, or for your business and ideas to flourish. Your greatest time is before bed for memory and focus, and also for bringing inspiration and ideas. So yeah, so your greatest time for this is try not to think about it during the day, but just before you're going to bed, go right now, I'm nice and calm. What is some wonderful ideas, and you'll start getting them. And when you wake up in the morning, write them down. So for all air signs, that is, it doesn't even matter. It's just your best time to do stuff is right before bed. Okay, so remembering as your mind controls things, it can free you. So, what consumes your thoughts, control your life, that sort of thing. And if you're always fearful in mind, well, there's no wonder that you're attracting these fearful events. So change it. Remember that you have control over this at any time. Even though you might not understand something or why something has to be the way that it is, try not to focus on motives or anything. Just focus on a clear resolution coming. You know, it's coming, and let that bring you at peace. Okay, the water signs, and Archangel Gabriel is helping you or overseeing you, and that is Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. And the color for you guys is green. And your words are released now. This seems to be a big focus for this month. Endings. Okay, endings are coming for those in the water signs. Could be a loved one, like as in a physical ending, or the ending of a situation that was no good for you anyway. There's always deep emotion, but this is also the beginning of a new transformation in your life. If you are grasping onto a lost cause, you are delaying the blessings you are asking for. It's very important that changes occur in a positive direction. The power within you is creating relief from what previously seemed impossible to change. A wish is going to be granted for you guys. A wish is coming, you know. So you are at the beginning of a new transformation, even though you may be going through emotional turmoil. Now, it doesn't mean that everybody is going to lose a loved one or something this month. But if this happens, please see this as, you know, not a punishment to you, but the beginning of your new journey. Whenever, you know, I lost my brother, and that was the beginning of my deep spiritual journey. And he tells me he knew this, you know, so this was part of the contract between us. Everything is a contract between each other, you know, so someone will help you along the way by passing away. It may not seem like it at the time, but it does help you, and then in turn it will help other people. So whenever someone passes, you know, sooner than expected, they have a grand plan in mind. You know, they had this grand plan for you and for those of you who know you and are around you, and, you know, the future of the world. So please don't see it as a punishment. Take your time to feel any emotion that comes up this month for you. Take your time to feel it. But then remember that with everything that ends, there's always, you know, the wheel always turns, and you're going to start something new. It's actually a good thing. So that is what's going on with the water signs this month. What previously seemed impossible is just about to change. Keep that in mind. These words may mean different things to different people. As I said, they just come through intuitively for you. Okay, let me see. Oh yes, and your number was 1, sorry about that. Earth, Archangel Uriel is overseeing the Earth, and that is Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. And your colors are yellow and red, so you're looking in the lower type of chakras, and your lucky number is 9. And the words for you are loved. There is tons of new energy, and you are full of excitement. You are inspiring more than you think with your ideas and your happiness. There may be delays around you. Do your best not to become annoyed with it or stuck in your ways. News come from afar, so perhaps overseas or through emails and all that sort of thing. You've been waiting a long time for this news. It could be something that you hadn't even thought of for a long time, like it happened to me with the music. A lot of people are standing with you. Be true to yourself at all times, and you do make quite an impression. And I felt that that meant that you would stand up and, you know, speak your truth, and also something about speaking up at work or in your position, or perhaps making videos or something like that, and you are making an impression with what you are doing. Okay, so those were the messages for each of the elements, and as I said, I'll write all this up for you guys so you can read it yourself quietly in case you can't understand what I'm saying. Anyway, okay, so here we go with the message from Haniel, and this is quite a bit of a different message that came through, and I will just read it to you guys how it is. Alright. Dearest ones of light, it is with great joy we are bringing you this message today. We bring with us blessings and love to all of you wherever you are. I am known as Haniel, but have been given many names throughout time. But the energy I bring to you is that of peace, love, protection, and intuition. This is just to name some. Of course, as with every angel, we bring the energy of countless angels, to help each of you as best we can. However, you each must learn to ask for help without begging for it. In other words, expect their help, expect smooth flowing, and expect miracles to occur. As each of you change the way that you are asking for assistance and allowing the energy to flow, you will find things falling into place without resistance. This is most important. December already has a lot of fear built up around it. Yes, of course there will be changes, but nothing like what some have been suggesting. Don't allow yourself to be consumed with fear, as this restricts you, confuses you, and makes you resentful. As one of the angels of divine protection, along with Archangel Michael, I am here for each of you always. We angels ask that you care for yourself enough to expect good things to come your way and feel protected on all levels. You are each in a very creative and growing stage. Know that your true, authentic self is beginning to shine. Once again, this is the energy of December through the world, and this is also the peaceful, loving energy of you. Bring yourself in focus of peace no matter what, and so it shall be. Love to everyone, Haniel. So one of the biggest things that we need to remember is what we're thinking about, we are bringing about. What is restricting our blessings in our life is our confusion and our self. We put up these walls. We get really annoyed at God, and we get annoyed at the angels when we see things time and time again going through turmoil. And as you guys have known, I've had to deal with issues with my youngest son, and I will let you in on something, and that was that just on Wednesday this week, my son was in the next room to me. We were at this meeting, and we were all supposed to get together and talk. And I could hear my son, and I could hear what was going on, and I could not see him. And I could not reach and run in there and just hold him and, be with him. And I just wanted to, and I was supposed to be able to. And again, I was, stopped, and I'm thinking to myself, I had a really bad day after that, It was agony to be, it hasn't been 2 years since I've seen him, so I could hear this, teenage voice, and, the last time I saw him, there was a little boy's voice, and now there's this teenage voice, and all of these things were going in my mind, and I'd asked the angels to help this be a smooth process. I'd asked for all this, and I'd asked for protection, and I'd asked for everything to go smoothly, and then there he was in the next room, and I couldn't even say hello, and it was just, I felt that I was abandoned or something, and I'm sure that there are so many people that go, I've been doing all those things, I've been imagining, I've been visualizing, I've been asking, and nothing happens. And again, I have to tell you that as hard as it is for me to see this for myself, because I was just in this awful position, I have to believe that there is an even greater purpose to everything that is going on right now. So whether it affects you, in other words, if it's the best thing for you or not, it doesn't matter at the moment. What matters is what eventuates, what will happen, and how, the angels work it, when we're asking for help. They work it so that it's the most benevolent outcome for everybody. But we are reminded, in our hardest times, we are reminded not to become fearful, not to become confused, not to have doubt, but still try to maintain this peaceful state of mind, even in the face of adversity and extreme emotion. Please try to keep this, remember your focus. Yes, if this isn't happening now, it's because there's something greater about to occur. And those were things that were very hard for me to say at the time, And in fact, I was like really, really mad. Of course, I didn't show it to anybody. I was just mad within myself. And I allowed that to sort of come out, you know, the frustration to come out. And then I sat back on it and I thought, wow, there must be some really big, massive blessing that is going to happen, you know, for all of us, for me to have to go through this time and time again at the moment in my life. So remember that December, there is going to be, you know, situations in your face where you thought you dealt with it, or emotions that rise to the surface, because you are healing. You know, you are moving forward, you are growing more into the divine person that you are. So of course, you know, we have to sift through all of this stuff. And a lot of people say, but I've already done all that. But there are 365 days in every year, you know, and how old you are now is how many days obviously you've lived. And so every day there's been something that has happened that you might not have liked. And so of course there are going to be emotions and situations and feelings and everything happening to you over the next couple of years even, that you thought that you dealt with, but maybe not completely, or maybe not, you know, properly, or maybe not for the greater good of a lot of people, you see. So these are why things are coming up. But the most important thing is that we don't see it as a punishment to ourselves, but instead we see this as freedom for ourselves. You know, we are getting rid of it. We are dealing with it. We are learning new ways to deal with it than we might have, say, 5 or 10 years ago or something. We are learning new ways that are strengthening us. This is what it is all about. Don't let the fear of December and the doomsday stuff and all that crap scare you. We've had scares every single year of our life. We've had stuff going on throughout the world forever, you know, forever and a day. So December is no different. Of course there will be differences in the atmosphere, you know, differences going on in the universe, things like this, but major cataclysm and apocalypse and all that sort of stuff is all fear tactics, and it's been working, obviously. You know, people are starting to go a little bit mad about it, you know what I mean? So let's not in ourselves deal with it. You know, if you want to listen to all of that, that's fine. You know, do that. But in myself, what I'm going to be doing is focusing on the healing of the world that I've been doing for a very, very long time. The healing of yourself is what heals the world, you know, so start changing how you're, you know, you're seeing things and you're doing things. You know, have a moment where you think about things before you say it. You know, don't feel guilty about stuff that you might still do. You know, every now and then you might have a drink or whatever it is that you do. Don't feel bad about things. Just see things for what they are. Take one day at a time. Don't allow confusion to set in. Remember that you are divine, and you only need to ask for protection and visualize the protection happening, and there it is for you. You know, too many people, they say, I need to beg. You know, the angels were talking about begging. My grandma is the biggest culprit of that I've ever heard of my life. She said, she said to me, I say every night, oh God, please help me to die. Oh God, you know, please help this, please help that. So in a sense, you know, she's sort of like begging for all of these things. And since she's known me and been living here, we've done a different way of praying. And we say, oh God, thank you for everything that you are doing to ensure a smooth process in our life. Thank you for the healing. Thank you for preparing a place for me in heaven so that when I am completely ready, I will be able to go there. And she's changed, you know, her way of praying even, you know, instead of begging and fighting it, is sort of happening more into a flow. And things have been changing in her life as well. From a lady who couldn't move to a lady, you know, she couldn't move and I had to do everything for her. So showering and toilet, everything. You know, I've been doing this for the last few months. To now, she has a shower by herself. You know, she gets dressed every day. She's putting makeup on. She's just, you know, she's 95 years old. And she's having this healing going on in her body, all because she's changing the way she's thinking about things. She's relaxing more and accepting herself more, and knowing that when the time is right for everybody, not just her, that she will then move on, you know, as part of her gift to us as a family and to the world. So be patient with yourself, guys. things are changing, things are happening, even if you don't feel like they are. Use your intuition. You know, if you've been trying to lose weight or something like that, something's going to come for you that is relevant to your situation. Again, visualization is your biggest key. You know, visualizing yourself in the state that you want to be in and allowing that to happen for you. Some people are afraid of losing weight because of the judgments they've made to others that are thin or thinner or in better shape than they are. So, you know, you're going through a lot of things when you're, you know, trying to lose weight, and, you know, just for example. So just be gentle with yourself in the process. I hope that this has helped somebody out there with, you know, feeling like they are, you know, on top of things and you're getting somewhere, and, you know, the world is not against you. We're all here working together, and that's why I'm a spiritual guide. You know, I'm just guiding you, holding your hand, walking beside you. I'm just a normal person like everybody else, and I'm seeing that the way that I've changed my way of thinking has brought me to greater things in my life. Things that I've always dreamed of happening is beginning to happen, and you guys get to see all this going on as well. So I hope that you enjoyed it, like I said, and I will be bringing some more videos regularly. And starting next year, we'll do the free videos. So if you have a free, for your birthday, you can have a question, and I'll do a video segment where I'm answering these questions live. So it'll be just easier all around. I think people will get their answer quicker, and I won't be just sitting at the table and doing nothing but writing. So I'll be doing that anyway, but it will be less time. So thank you again. Welcome to anyone who's new. I hope this is something that helps you. I always speak from my heart, from my higher self, from intuition, and whatever comes out I believe is meant to be said. I will also be writing these things up and take note of new articles that are going to be going up very, very soon. A whole new look on the website. And also, if you ever need to catch up with me, you'll find me every day. I check Facebook, so I don't check YouTube for messages and things like that, because otherwise you are checking messages at YouTube, you're checking messages Facebook over this website, that, and it just gets too much for anybody. So I won't be answering any YouTube questions that come in because it's just too hard, but I will try to help you where I can on Facebook, and also I will take your questions under consideration for new articles and new videos and all that sort of thing. So I'm doing the best I can. Thank you all for your patience with me as we go along this journey together, and until the next video or the next Facebook update or whatever's going on, it is goodbye from me and blessings to all of you guys. Bye bye.